So I have another salvage here, and I've been doing a lot of these voiceover. Normally I do the salvages on stream, but I just did these first handful, or I guess most recent handful, off camera. But this one is with Ben and Permaspike. There's also Degree 64 Orca in there, but from the notes it was pretty much about Ben and Permaspike. So I'm going to be doing this and completely getting rid of the Orca there, and we're going to be going for way more cash bear. The original one said it was about 55k cash bear with siphons used, so we're going to be pushing it a lot higher, trying to get about 90,000 after siphon usage. So basically, if you didn't know with this strategy, you need to get Perma Spike early before round 63, and with Ben you really have no hero that's going to help you in the meantime, which sucks a lot, and I really did not like that. On top of that, you also have to practically black border this early game, because if you reload around, the deadly spikes just disappear and then you're kind of screwed. So you need to beat it all in one try, which is also really annoying. Now it is possible to do this with literally just an Adosaurus, an Alec buff, and a village and go into Permaspike, but I was trying that a little bit and it didn't seem to work for me. I'd run very short a few times, so I just decided to give up and go for a whole Dragon's Breath beforehand and just get Permaspike like that. So it is not as optimal as it can be. I did see someone do it just with that, and then it gets, I think, like more towards 100k spare. I did also get a Moab shove in here for the mid game, and now on second thought I feel like because I went for Dragon's Breath too, I could probably just get rid of that Moab shove, knowing that I would have also just bought Dragon's Breath, because I didn't try a run without Moab shove and just having Dragon's Breath, because it does do a lot of damage. So yeah, there's a lot of improvements that you can make. I could try continue harder going just for Adosaurus into Permaspike, but I was doing this for so long at this time that I really just couldn't care, so I took the cheap way out. But with that, I got Permaspike, and then I bought Ben after. We put him behind the wall, so just didn't really do much of anything. I'll come back in a bit after that, so I'll see you later. Alright, so we got Perma Spike here, and with an overclock, this guy's just going to be spitting out a whole bunch of spikes. And then Condor too. Condor is just going to be dragging things up, and we will have a Condor carousel where Condor just repeatedly drags and drags and drags, and in that time the spikes just build up and up. And because of this game takes literally forever, although to be honest the late game was pretty easy. If I had cut the shove, it still probably would have been pretty easy. The shove made things a little bit easier, but not really by a whole lot. I think it killed some of the stalls a bit faster because of that missile, so yeah, that's something. But I don't know. I didn't try it without. I didn't have the effort for that. And then when it comes for Ben's Siphon, we try to use that on the ZOMGs. ZOMGs are really the biggest threat. We can kind of stall a whole lot of BFBs with the Condor, pretty much like a good chunk of the 98 ones. So that's like not really necessarily an issue. And really that just makes the ZOMGs the big issue. 96 in particular is really the hardest because you can't really stall out around 95 that long. So, and 96 just has a lot of RBE, there's just a lot of junk, and then the ZOMGs at the end. So that's really the round that it came down to. I did kind of barely pass that, but then after that everything was really easy. 98 was just fine, and then 99 and 100 were also pretty easy after that too. At the end it was with the siphon money not included that was lost. We got 90,000 cash there. It should say around 77,000 because Ben did cut a lot of money from using the siphons to be able to take out the ZOMGs. So that's the Ben Perma Spike strategy. It really just is not fun, and other LCCs with Perma Spike usually will just get better depending on the map. I don't really know if there's any where Ben still is just best, but like you could get Brickle and Mind Stack, and that's like a lot more effective for the mid game. It's so much easier to get Perma Spike up, and it just deals more damage because the Mind Stack is pretty darn cool. So that's pretty much it here for today. It's an interesting video because it is Ben Perma Spike, but it is not very interesting to make because it is really long, really boring, and has an absolutely horrendous early game trying to get an early Perma Spike with just Ben and really nothing else. So there goes the bad. The bad comes into the big spike pile and just gets eaten up, and there we go, we get a victory. So yeah, that is that one for today, and we did get the salvage by a good chunk of cash, 55k compared to 90k, well I guess 90k compared to 55k, but yeah, that's it. If you have more salvages, you can just submit them down below, salvage or optimization, whatever it may be. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!